community to hang out with. If you're looking for support, you're like, you know what, I've tried this before, it doesn't work out. We have daily, weekly, monthly help. All looks different. We have a progressive system full of masterminds and webinars and study groups that you could be a part of. Lots of collaboration. So I guarantee you've never seen a community. One of the best things about this group is the community that you get to plug into. We're there for the peaks. We're even there for the valleys. If you're looking for some system-based thing where you have technology plus interactive with live humans and setting tasks and hitting those tasks onto from a 30,000 foot view to see the finish line, we paint those pictures for you, and then all you got to do is nail these tasks to get to the end. So it's awesome for folks that are keyed in on system. If you, for some reason, have come from a background, maybe you are a fix and flipper, maybe you're a buy and hold person, maybe you've done lots of professional stuff, contractor, accountant, attorney. If you come with that kind of skill set, man, welcome in. I've learned from a lot of folks that came in after I got started. I'm like, wow, you don't say. Let me get my notebook. So there's a lot of folks that come into this group that add to it because of their past experience. We welcome you. And then finally, if you're like me, I'm an executive. I used to run 4 states for a company. There were 22 buildings. I built teams. I was captain of teams I was on. I've run T-ball organizations. Ran a DJ business with other people that helped me out. So I tend to be an executive, helping, sometimes I'm a coach and it's a little tough, but if you've ever been that person in a company and organization, church, Boy Scouts, sports, I don't know, you're putting it all together and you make things happen, then welcome to this crew. We're definitely looking for you, especially if you want to help us out in the city that we're not in yet. So all of that, we got Laura on yet?
I think Laura said she was on.
Yes, I am here. Hello.
There she is. Oh, I love that accent. I love it. There she is.
Hi, Scott. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
All right. I want to introduce Laura. I want to get on the way with this because I don't want to interrupt with her story. She's got a great story now. I know Laura because she's part of this community. She works out of Utah, and she is also on the President's Advisory Council for one of the #1 rated real estate investing education companies in the country, per the BBB. Her and her husband come from working backgrounds. I think there's a little bit of struggle in there, if I recall hearing her story before, but I'm going to pass it on. And this has been Powerful Woman Week. We got Sumari on Tuesday. We had Tamara yesterday. We got LauraBlack today. I can't wait till these get on YouTube somewhere, Skylar. So
they are on YouTube.
They are? All right, I'll let you tell them. I'll let you tell them where the YouTube is after this meeting. So, but I don't want to take any more time. I would love to hear from LauraBlack. I'm sure everybody else would. LauraBlack, please tell us how your background from your mindset to how you got started with us and some of the stuff that you're doing, because what you guys are doing, you and your husband, is pretty incredible. Take it away, Miss LauraBlack, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody. And so great to see all these beautiful faces here. I really am so passionate about this because this education not just have changed our lives, but has transformed our lives in so many areas in our lives. Really fast, I'm from Colombia, came about 14 years ago and married my husband, Ryan. And when we got married, it was really a struggle. We have just $100 in our pocket when we came to get married here in the United States. So nobody can say married for money because we didn't have money and we had a lot of debt. My husband was in a lot of debt because he was building his video production company, and it was about $20,000 in debt when we got married. Fast forward, my jobs were Walmart, in the bakery, really hard. Jamba Juice, very hard too. I had to wash a lot of blenders. And that was the type of jobs that I was getting. Then the kids came. My husband, as I told you, he was building up his company, video production company. He said, right? So I was able to just not work anymore and be able to be a stay-at-home mom. And when we get to know this education, our situation was, we had a house. It was a big house and beautiful house that we were able to buy when my husband worked for a company for 2 years. So in that time, he was able to apply and will qualify for a house. Then he quit and continued doing his video production company, which he was making good money, but he was working like crazy, 7 days a week, really. We didn't see him as much. I was just raising my kids by myself. We didn't have much time with him, and it was really hard. Also, all the money that he was making, it went for two things: to pay our house and bills, to pay taxes, which was absolutely ridiculous, or the amount of taxes that we paid on. And also it went to pay just debt. He had to buy equipment. He had to have obviously people that work for him. So all the money, it was just going to that, right? To pay employees, to the taxes, to pay the house, the bills, and we're just zero money after that. And that was our life for years. We didn't have money to go to, to go on trips or anything. We didn't have the time either to do it. And I was honestly very boring. It was boring, a boring life. And I was just like, this is the American dream, really. I did so much things in Colombia that I didn't in here. I had more freedom. I felt that I was more happy. But in reality, it was just because of everything was just work for him, and me was taking care of the kids at home. Then when our story, how we found out about this education was actually because Ryan went to a class, a video production class, and he met the CEO of the company, Bob Snyder. And that was the point of change our life forever, really. When he met him, Bob contracted my husband to do a video. And Ryan thought that the video was going to be, he already had filmed other companies, education companies. And he thought that he was going to be contracted actors to teach, right? But then Bob told him like, no, this is different. It's not actors, So Ryan, every time he went to film the videos, he came home and he would tell me things like, oh, these are real students. They are not actors. And then another time he would go and he would tell me, oh, these people are so happy. They are making good money. And this is for real. They have a community of real estate investors and they help each other out and things like that. He would just come and tell me, but my mindset was just not there. So I'm like, oh, okay, that probably is very expensive, right? So it happened about 8 months that Ryan was working for the video. Then when we went to see the video, it was the launch on the video, and we went to this huge convention center in Layton, here in Utah. And it was more than 1,500 students around the country in there. And we saw the video. It was a really funny video, talking about real estate and how people can get out there and buy houses without credit and all that. And I saw the video, and then we start talking with other students in there, and we're like, this is amazing. All the students were saying like, oh yeah, I've been doing for 1 year and we have 5 fix and flip already, and things like that. There were stories that they were amazing. Story that we found out. And I told Ryan, why are we not doing this? We need to be doing this. Let's go and talk with Bob. And that's when we sit down with Bob, and then Bob explained to us like, oh, this is the education that we have. These are the classes, these are the community and everything. So then it's like, oh my goodness, we've been wasting all this time. Let's go and find out more. We ended up going to a house tour, which was a Latino doing it, speaking English, and his English wasn't good at all. He is from El Salvador, and I love his story because, you see this little guy saying like, I used to flip hamburgers and now I flip houses. And in that house specifically that he was talking, that we went to, he bought the house for $7,000. And he was able to help somebody in need that he was going to lose the house. And then his net profit in the house was $35,000. So our mind was like, oh my goodness, how is this possible? Buying a house for $7,000, be able to help people, and then make $35,000 in net profit. This is amazing. We gotta do this. So right there, it was like, we didn't have that. We wanted to get education. The problem was we didn't have money, we didn't have credit, we were so much in debt. It was so bad, our situation. We had a big house that we were paying, and it was taking all our money every month. Like, it really, we didn't have anything. The only thing that saved us was that my husband had a little 401k in that time that he worked for 2 years in the company. And that was the money that we were able to take out and buy the education. That was 4.5 years ago. We started studying. It took us about 3 months when we started doing our first fix and flip. We got our first house. But before that, in the beginning, and what I love about this education is that you can study and then applying it. So we studied, our first class was credit. We started applying it. We started working in our credit to make it, improve it. And actually, it was so bad that it took us about 6 months to fix it. But we were able to do that. So credit was the first thing, and then velocity banking, which is an amazing class that really teaches us how to improve our finances and how to really save money and get the money that we're making, get it for us instead of giving it away to the bank. And we learned the way that we're doing, the way that we're paying our house, it was the worst and the most expensive way to do it. Mortgage is the worst. It is so awful. So when we did our math, after we studied the class, we did our math, and we realized, my goodness, we had paid $144,000 in those 6 years that we were living in the house. And just 41,000 went to principal. 103,000 went to interest. And we're like so mad. It's like these banks are so stealing our money from everybody. But at the same time, we're so grateful that we're able to study, and learn how to do it the right way. Doing the math, it would have been the opposite. We would have paid 35,000 to interest and the rest to principal instead of how we did it. But okay, live and learn. We started working we had a small HELOC. It was a 25,000 HELOC. So we started working with that HELOC, home equity line of credit, which is one of the tools that we actually learned to use to be able to really pay your debt fast. So we started attacking that. That was the first thing. We started improving our credit and doing velocity banking. In the first 6 months, we were able to pay $40,000 that we had in debt. And that is not counting the flips that we were doing. So that's using our money that we were making before, right? So it was really amazing to change the way that we pay our debt and truly, truly, truly get it to our benefit, not to the bank's benefit. Then once we get our first flip, it was the same way that our friend Frankie, the Salvadorian one that we told you, went to his house tour and he taught us how to help other people. That was what we did. Our first flip that we did was actually, we were able to help a guy. He was in really bad situation, really sick, and he was going to lose his house. So we were able to help him in his problems. We were able to give him some money. The house was a disaster. He couldn't sell it normal because it was completely destroyed. So he had to be an investor. And it felt so good. We did that. We helped somebody in need. We create jobs. We help the neighborhood, right? Improve the neighborhood, everything. So this was the first thing that we did. And since then, we didn't stop. We continued doing fix and flip, which is amazing. We have been able to make a lot of money doing fix and flip. And then the most beautiful thing is with that money that, when we do a fix and flip, we make a lot of money in chunk, right? It's a very massive income that we get at once. Thanks to that, we're able to get a lot of properties in rentals. So right now we are practically don't work at all, and our money coming from all the rentals that we have. So that means that we got out of the rat race. Rat race means that you work for money, right? And then you get paycheck, and then you continue working and then pay. That was the situation that we were before 4 years ago. But now, no, it's completely different. thanks to all the rentals that we have and all the passive income that we're able to create, we don't need to work, and all our bills or house is paid off. Now we have, with all the things that we're able to do, we have really nice cars. We've been able to go to 10 different countries in 4 different continents, going to Europe, going to China, going to Panama, like so many countries. It's been amazing to really have that time, freedom, and be able to do that. We now, both of us are stay-home parents. We take care of our kids, spend time, quality time with them every day. We do fun activities as a family. We don't worry about money anymore. And that is so amazing to be able to say, I'm 40 years old. My husband is 38, 37, 3 years younger. But it's so amazing to be able to say that we really now are really enjoying the freedom that this country, beautiful country, offered to us. And that I can say I accomplished the American dream for real, because this is to me the American dream. Be free in not just money, but in time and in quality, life and everything. We were able to buy a beautiful house. Is an amazing house. It's beautiful where we're raising our kids, and it's just beautiful not having to worry about the mortgage or the HIDOC anymore. It's just paid off everything every month. And that is what is this education have done for us. It's not just the money, but also the amazing relationships that we're creating, and truly friendship for life, and people that have the same mentality, the same high mindset. We all in this community, we all cheer each other up. We lift each other up. We congratulate everybody, and we really enjoy the success of everybody. It's just incredible. There is no competition. There is no, there is no such a thing as that. Just everything is love. Everything is, you can do it. If we did it, you can do it as well. And I love it. I love this community, nationwide community. It's not just locally, right? It's nationwide. We have been able to, every time we go to trips as a company all together, build those relationships. Has been amazing. And really, I totally 100% recommend you to do this. If you are thinking like, should I do it, not do it, the money, the investment, just go for it. Do it. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Because if I did it, my English wasn't good. Now my English is getting better thanks to speaking English. But if I did it, if Frankie did it, if so many Latinos have done it with almost no English, little English, with no money, like so many people doing it with no credit, no money, everybody can do it. You just have to believe in yourself that you can do it. And everything else is just learn and then copy and paste and just do it.
Can I ask you a question? I love the story and I love the way you tell it. I could never sound that way. I'm like, let's do it. Let's cross the finish line. So I'm such a different personality. I'm so glad you're here. You have property tours, like you're doing. The way that you help people, Laura, is on a weekly basis. You're actually featuring a property tour so that people can come in and touch the reality, almost like you did with Frankie's, right?
Yes.
You want to talk about what day that is and maybe how somebody can get onto that? Maybe they have to go through somebody. I don't know. You tell us how to get to your property.
Oh, yes. So every Wednesday we have a house tour in English in Utah, right? And we go to different houses. So students, and that's a good thing, like so many students having a lot of fix and flips, right? So we rotate every week from different houses of students. And we do it on Wednesday at 7 p.m. in English, and then Thursday
That's
tonight.
Mountain Time, right? Is that Mountain Time?
Yes, Mountain Time, like
Okay.
Utah.
Because we are nationwide right now. We got people.
I love it. Yes, Mountain Time. And then on Thursdays, like today at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we do it in Spanish. And
so you have an English property tour and a Spanish property tour.
Yeah. So
Wednesday's
on
English.
English, and then on
Wednesdays
Tuesday,
for the gringos. Like me. All right.
And then in Spanish on Thursday at 7 p.m., everybody, local can come here and look at it, being in person, walking through. And then online, we have the link as well, that everybody can get into.
Okay, so let me clarify, because there might be some people online go, I want to see that property tour. Whatever moved you, I want to be moved by. Do they need to get back in touch with the person who invited them so they can get registered for the property tour so they're not inundated? There's a check-in process, I believe.
Yes, there is, because all the events that we have are private, and obviously we want to have good people, right? We don't want bad people to come and do bad things, obviously. So we protect our community, and one of the things that we do is by invitation only. So people need to be registered, so we know that they are invited by somebody, and give us more the feeling of.
And if something if for some reason, and I'll speak to this because I'm in Chicago here and we do property tours here, and we got to be careful, right? Because all this equipment and all this other stuff.
Yes.
So we need you registered on a list. So if we need to go to the police and submit the list of people that were there as suspects, we could do that. I'm just saying, because I live in Chicago. So
luckily it hasn't done,
right?
Nothing bad has happened.
It has happened, right? So the key here is, if you're hearing about this community from this webinar right now, get back in touch with the person who invited you on here so they can go on the calendar, register you for that, and then you could actually watch it virtually, right? You can watch it from your cell phone, from your laptop, from your smart TV, or you can actually get to that property tour live and touch and feel if you're in Utah. We do this all over the country. I know that Scotty Bulcott's on Cincinnati. We're constantly doing stuff here in Chicago. I see Scott Loader on fixing a house right here. He's actually at a house working on it. We'll probably see that one soon. So I appreciate you, Laura. Skylar, is there anything else that you want to bring up? You're the co-host of the situation here.
Yeah, so I'm going to put in the chat box as well the YouTube channel that you can go to watch these recordings. I know there's been a few people that have been jumping on the call a little bit later today and might have missed something. So we've been recording all of these fantastic stories from people in our community throughout the week. So you can go there to that YouTube channel. Just type in Zoomup and it'll pop up all the different incredible stories we've heard from in the past couple of weeks. And we're going to keep this going. It's been an awesome momentum shift to have this in the middle of the day, people to come meet us and get to know our community. There's so much here that we want to share with you all. And I just want to thank again, Laura, for coming out and, just inspiring us to take action. And you've got a really powerful story. So thank you so much.
Yeah, go women.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott and Skylar, for giving this opportunity. And just guys, do it. Do it. If I did it, everybody can do it, right?
Say that in Spanish.
Si yo lo hice, todos pueden. Por favor, no tengan miedo. Quítense los miedos y háganlo. Es maravilloso, en serio.
I didn't mean the whole meeting. Just do it part. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, Skylar, for hosting. Everybody else, have a great day. We'll see you at the property tours and the meetings.
All right. Catch you same time tomorrow.